Hi everyone.
Hi,
My name is Pernie.
I'm Raynard, and we wanted to welcome you to Becoming the Brants. She's just extremely excited to say it. She does it better than I do.
And today we want to, it's been a year, and we're excited to come together and talk about some questions that we've been getting over the past year, and just everything with wedding planning, how that's going, and just how we all began.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump right in, and hopefully we answer a lot of the questions that you have for us. And maybe if we don't, you can always ask your question right at the bottom of this video, and we'll try to answer it. All right. So I'll start. All right. Question number one: how did we meet?
How did we meet? The short version.
The short version.
Okay, the short version. All right, so we were a part of a singles Christian challenge called Pray for Your Future Spouse by Jamal and Natasha Miller. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all the best. One of the best singles Christian challenges out there.
Yeah, 100.
But we definitely we wanted to, seek God on our spouses.
Yeah.
And we both were in that group. We've been praying for each other for 5 days. It was a 5-day challenge.
Yeah.
And we definitely, towards the end of the challenge, I commented on his post that he had, which was very popular, by the way.
She commented.
I commented.
And
less than 2 hours.
And she sent me a friend request.
I did not send you a friend request.
She did.
Okay. That's your story, and you're going to stick to that, right?
Yes, it is.
All right. And he DM'd me in my inbox, and we've been inseparable since.
Yes. So it's been amazing. But she did send me a friend request. You're going to.
Okay. So my question is, how did you know I was the one?
How did I know you were the one? I think it was a bunch of things. I mean, you're perfect. But I think that you were the one, but I was also the one. Like, I was in a space where I felt like God had aligned things in my life, and I was ready to get married. And I was ready to find a wife. And when I was ready, there you were, sending me a friend request. And so I slid in your DMs, all of that. And I was looking through her Facebook page, and I saw so many things about her that attracted me to her. And then once I started talking to her, everything was perfect, I guess. It all just worked out. And I have no doubt in my mind she's the one God created for me.
That's so sweet. Oh my God.
Did you want to marry a preacher?
Did I want to marry a preacher? My background is my father is a preacher. My mother's a preacher. So I grew up in a household of preachers, and of course I wanted to marry a preacher.
Don't tell people that. They're going
No, so I always envisioned myself with someone that
Go ahead. It's your truth.
Okay. I always envisioned myself with someone like my father. Or,
great God.
Yes.
We love Pastor Gary. Shout out.
Shout out to my father, Pastor Gary, Children's Temple, Church of God.
Praise God.
So someone like my father who's a preacher, who's, man of God. So definitely it was, something that could have been. And it just so happened that Raynard was preaching.
Yeah. So, she wanted to marry a preacher. Your go.
All right. Do you like long distance?
Well, at the very beginning of our relationship, I did. I like the long distance because I'm a preacher and because she's a professional. I be CLC and all of that. It worked for us. Like, we both had extremely busy schedules, so we could schedule when we were gonna talk. It wasn't like she was just popping up or I had to see her every single day. So at first, yes, I loved it. I've always dated long distance. It's just kind of how my dating life has always worked, so I loved it. But now that we're down to the wire, we're about to get married, I absolutely hate it. I wanted to, every time I have to send her back or she has to go back to Harrisburg, I wanted to stay. And I'm still trying to convince her to quit her job and just trust God. JK, we got to pay for a wedding. Send us a cash app at $ Becoming the Brants. Good looking out. So, what about you?
For me, I just felt like with the pandemic, it worked for us because everybody was doing virtual, right?
Yeah.
So the virtual scene, we did virtual days. He was so creative.
Sundays are for Sundays, right? Sundays are for Sundays.
Yes. And he would DoorDash me meals and different things to make up these beautiful dates. So it just worked for us. But now, like you said, now that we're down to the wire, only a few months away from our wedding, we just, we want to be together and, maybe that will happen.
Yeah. Hopefully sooner than later. So, okay. All right, my turn. So, are we waiting till we get married to have sex?
Of course.
She didn't want to answer this question.
Of course. I've always grew up knowing that you wait until you're married to have sex. That is a very thing that married couples do.
It's a principle.
And, yes, it's a principle. It's very sacred. So I've always known that I would wait till marriage. And of course, I'm going to be walking down the aisle with that white dress. And I've always envisioned myself just, being free and knowing that I waited till my husband to do that. So.
Yeah. I think it's important to wait. I think that us waiting has been increasingly challenging. The more we fall deeper, I guess, in love, the more time we spend together, because we love each other. There are ways that you express love, but I think our greatest expression of love for one another is really waiting until we get married. And it's not always sunshine and rain. We always have to be practical about it. She has to go home at certain points. We have to not go and do certain things, but I absolutely love it. I'm glad we're waiting.
Yeah. All right. So, what was your process leading up to the engagement? Inquiring minds want to know.
She wrote this question, I'm telling you. The process was pretty, I don't know, it was normal, I don't know. When I met her, I knew I wanted to get married. I knew after our maybe third conversation that she possibly could be my wife. So when I met her a few weeks later in October, it was maybe a month later. I went to her parents' house, and her parents sucked me in. I felt like I was on like a punk because her parents were so perfect. They were godly people, funny people, loving people. It felt like I was, like at my family's house. So when we got ready to get engaged, I went to her father. I took her mom and her dad to Cracker Barrel, and we talked and just got to know them better. And then I think I showed them the ring. I'm not sure. I don't know if I had the ring. I know I showed it to them before I asked her, but I asked for her hand in marriage. They were ecstatic. They said just go ahead and do it, which is great that we have that blessing. But it was an exciting time, and I'm glad we're here today.
Yeah. So exciting.
So we also wanted to update you on some wedding stuff because it's about that time. All right, so we set a date.
So our date is February 26th, 2022. Yes, it is a winter wedding.
Yep. So you got to get a fur. You gotta be ready.
Bundle up.
But
be cute and come ready.
Yeah. It's going to be in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in Pernie's hometown. Yeah, and we're expecting that it's going to be an amazing day, and we're excited to celebrate with our family and our friends. We have a website. It's becomingthebrants.com.
Yes.
Becomingthebrants.com. You can go there and get all kinds of information about the wedding, where to stay, the hotel block that we made, all of that stuff.
Who our bridal party is, just things to do in Harrisburg or nearby, and just our invitations are limited. So
we're gonna reach out to you If you are invited, some people will receive a formal paper invitation, but shout out to technology. We will be doing virtual invitations. Either way, once you get contacted by Pernie or myself via mail or text message or phone call, you'll go to the website, you'll RSVP online. And we know that the invitations to the reception and the wedding are limited, but the good news is the ceremony itself is open to everyone.
Yes, and we're excited.
Yeah, and we will be live streaming, so we hope that everyone can be a part of this great day. We love you and thank you for being a part of this journey with Pernie and I, and we'll see you soon.
Yes, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe.
Oh yeah, I think we should have said that at the beginning. Comment, like, and subscribe. All right.
Becoming the Brants.